There's a difference between being a martial artist, being a fighter, and being an athlete. So Strickland, a fighter? Yes, absolutely. An athlete? Yes, because he practices the sport of MMA. Now, a martial artist? Nope, not in my opinion. And I'll tell you why. Guys, OG Fitness, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, this channel is all about fitness for martial arts for older guys. If you're young, not for long, baby. Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about how not to spar. Now, I don't know if you guys seen this yet. You probably have. There's a video going around. Well, a bunch of videos of Sneeko, this YouTuber, sparring Sean Strickland, a UFC fighter, somebody who actually former champ recently. And yeah, it was pretty crazy, man. Like, Sneeko got his ass kicked, basically, and not in a very good way. And I'll be honest, it was hard to watch because I don't think Sneeko was expecting it to be that brutal. Yes, brutal, but maybe not that brutal. Was Sneeko asking for it, or was it really uncalled for? In my opinion, both. Now, everybody knows that Sean Strickland is notorious for sparring hard, really hard. All the time, he spars hard. I don't think he's ever done, at least we haven't seen it on social media. Every time we see him do a sparring, it's hard. And he hates influencers for the most part. Mostly streamers, I think. Not all influencers, but he hates most of them. So those two things there is a recipe for disaster. If you're an influencer and you're a streaming type of influencer that Strickland doesn't like, and on top of that, you know this guy just likes to put a beat down on people. He likes to hurt people. You kind of have to expect it. But it's still a sparring. Sparring is not a fight. At least it shouldn't be. And on top of that, you're sparring essentially an untrained person. You can tell from watching the video that Sneeko does have some training. He's been practicing. He's been training a little bit. But still, compared to Sean, he's still might as well be untrained because Sean is a professional. So in a sparring, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to challenge each other and help each other develop your skill set. That's what sparring is all about. And so, of course, things can happen, but you have to take care of your partner. If you catch your partner hard, then you immediately back off and check in on him to make sure that he's okay. That's the proper way to spar. In sparring, you're exchanging strikes, but to develop skill, not to try to kill each other. What you see in this video here, at the end, is it goes from 0 to 60 real quick, from basically doing nothing. Just walking him down and blocking, and then all of a sudden going all out, literally trying to knock him out hard. So I get that Sean Strickland doesn't like influencers, especially influencers that talk about masculinity, that type of stuff, who are younger, who are streamers. But still, the thing is, once you get in there, you're a trained professional, and this guy is essentially a kid compared to you, untrained. You want to teach him a lesson. You can't lose control like that and try to kill the guy. To me, it's a huge lack of self-control. Whatever lesson that Sean Strickland was trying to teach Sneeko, I think that he could have done it without being as brutal. He could have instead made it challenging the whole time and crank up the intensity as time went on. Instead of blitzing him at the end like that, going from 0 to 60 and trying to literally kill the guy, trying to literally take the guy's head off and knock him out. There's a difference between being a martial artist, being a fighter, and being an athlete. So Strickland, a fighter? Yes, absolutely. An athlete? Yes, because he practices the sport of MMA. Now, a martial artist? Nope, not in my opinion. And I'll tell you why. Because a martial artist, one of the main traits, the most important trait, in my opinion, is having self-control. And of course, he demonstrated here that he likes to let loose and lose control on an untrained opponent. I think self-control is, one of the major differences between somebody who just likes to fight, a fighter, and an actual martial artist. There are a whole bunch of others, but that's the main one that stands out to me in this situation. I actually think Sean Strickland, by watching all his interviews, is actually a cool guy. He's not a bad person. He's a little bit crazy, yes. Wild, yes. So I would never personally spar Sean Strickland for my channel to get views, that's one. And even in real life, I don't think I would spar that guy. Why? Because he's a lot bigger than me. He's a professional. And He likes to spar hard. These are the type of guys that you want to avoid at the gym because there's nothing for me to prove. I would just lose brain cells. I already know I'm tough. So I don't have to prove it to myself or to anybody else by going in there with someone like him who you know likes to spar hard. And even between fighters, other fighters, trained fighters, he goes hard. So he's just the way he is. There's nothing wrong with him, but I would avoid this type of guy in the gym, 100%. I'm not saying I wouldn't drill with him, I wouldn't train with him, but I wouldn't spar with him. But it is what it is. So guys, let me know down in the comment section, what do you think of all this? Do you think that it was uncalled for, or do you think that Sneako had it coming? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.